Hi everyone, this is Kayla Cava from cleverpacks.co.uk, and I'm gonna make a project today using the combination of both Home Sweet Home Tailets and the Sweet Home stump set. I've seen so many projects done with this combination, and I find absolutely adorable. You can go so many places with this. And what I decided to do, I wanted to use for Christmas. I haven't used this die set combination, and I've created this bubble for my Christmas tree using. I'll look around. This is a 10 centimeters diameter ball, and I bought this from Amazon. Okay. I filled with some white marshmallows. I got from one of the supermarkets, not so sure. It comes like this. The mini pink and white marshmallows. I'm gonna use the pink one on the project that I'm gonna demonstrate today. But I love the idea of actually fitting the house inside of the bubble. And you can change, as I said, there's so many options with this one. And I've made this one use crumb cake for the base of the house. And I've used crumb cake and real red for the accents to it. And also, I made the frames of the house into early espresso. So I'm gonna just show you. I've done all the cutting. The roof of our house is made out of very vanilla, and I've used Wink of Stella, the clear one, as a shiny. I hope you can see this. But yeah, it's a lovely, lovely little house. And I thought like this would just make it even more of a feature when I hung to my tree. Let me just show you. Put it all away. I actually did cut all the cutting. You can actually spend a good time doing this. You didn't want to see me actually going through all the cutting process. What I prepared, I came prepared now. I will show you. I did all the cutting and the die cutting. So you cut twice in a A4 sheet of paper. You will be able to cut 4 from our A4 sheet of paper. But there's quite a lot of little trimmings that you need to do. So just be prepared just to use everything. Don't just don't chuck away anything that you have. I've used the only cutting extra that I've done for this house that I'm going to present today, I'm going to show you, is this. I decided to make the roof using one of the die cuts, which is this one. But I used the negative part of it to actually build this roof. But I did a cut 3 2x2 pieces of very vanilla, and on 2 of them, which will be the right and left of our roof, let me see if I can get it, I only cut in one side. Yeah, the second one, that will be the top, the middle top of our house, I've cut it the 2x2, but I actually die cut on both sides. Before I did that, I scored out 1 inch to be the center of our roof. I have a few bits here, and I'm going to start assembling so I can show you guys around as we go along. What I did on this one, I used, because the 2 colors that I'm using on this set, on this new house, is Early Espresso and Blushing Bride. So what I did, I used sponge dauber, one of them, and I went on to do all the corners, and roughly, very lightly, just got the roof done as well. So let me put together what do we need to do. The other aspect is that I did, because I did the cutting through, if you decided to actually add sweets or something inside, you can also put window sheet, plastic, just to protect. So if you had something inside, would hold inside. I used mini glue dots to secure the window sheet in place. and I got the frames in place the same way. The only part that I use a glue, I use this liquid fine tip glue, and it was just to put it back the heart, but then I did just after I glued the window sheet in place, so it wouldn't be moving, and I still had the detail. Let me just go through this. I'm gonna fold and burnish all my score lines. In the essence of saving time, just before I start folding, I have added our tearing tape to every single wedge here. Actually, for just one of these in the roof, because we have two and we only need in one of them will be enough to secure. I didn't add here because I'm just gonna glue this bottom part here. I'm not filling with anything this one. So the next step that we need to do is just to get it, let me get my tool and get these parts together and the blocks closed. So we're nearly there. I'm just gonna remove these two tabs, and the last one I'm gonna remove is this one. This one I'm just gonna take a little bit out of it, just like this, so I'm ready to pull when I'm actually in place. So let me just align this. Now it's a bit sticky. Same on the other side. Oops. I think this tearing tape is quite good and flexible for us to actually make this maneuvering not as hard as it could be. If you prefer to use wet glue, you can easily go for a wet glue here, but I think it's a bit fiddly to hold in place until it's actually 100% ready. Start getting my paper out. Kind of move when I was shuffling around, but now as you see I can actually pull and will be holding in place. I use my bone folder to come and actually make sure that this is glued together. I don't think you can see inside, but right at the joint there I'm just gonna pressure with the pointy side of my, so make sure that this is secure. So this is all in place. Okay, the house is now ready for decoration. Because I'm not filling with anything, I'm just gonna glue it. Just understand where is the front of the house. I'm gonna get it done. And I'm gonna use my snail for that. As I said, it's just to secure in place. There's nothing inside of it. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna add is I'm gonna add the roof. Again, I'm gonna just use this nail. This is gonna leave inside of that bubble, and we're not gonna need a lot of strength, to be honest, on that one. the last thing that I did was just to look into this little, the positive cutout of the edge. And as you see in the middle, I wanted to be here and in between. So we do have a continuous pattern going on. What I'm gonna do is just to use this fine tip pen. Time lock. Yeah. Once it's all dried up, I will let this be. I'm gonna use Stella, Wink of Stella, just to give us some shine again in the roof. So the next thing I'm gonna do, I use this small candy dots that we have, which is these 3 ones. I stamp them and I cut it because there is a matching die cut for it, which is this one here. It is as I said, it's a labor process. I've made quite a few of them, and I'm gonna use the glue dots to stick them in place. I want to do an edge on the front and back of the house. And here we are. So I have all the candy dots now in place, and I have quite a few little trimmings that I made to different areas. This trimming is the same trimming that I used for the roof before. What I did, I used the house part of the stump set as my plain large area stump. Using Blushing Bride, I stamp on the paper, and then I also use this little strappy, like a twisted ribbon stamp, and put it on, because what I wanted to do, I'm gonna make this my flower planting to the side of the window. This one I use the one that comes in the stump set, as you can see, and this one is going to be the one for this one, this little pink and very vanilla house. Let me just get, so I will need just 3 on each side. So this is for this side, and let me see the second side. Still have trimmings from the roof here, and I'm gonna just trim this one bit, and I will care for this. I wanted just the straight part that we found on the edge of the dimensional, so I'm just gonna grab 2 pointy ones and add it to the back of it here, and I'm gonna add that to the house. Just want a little bit of dimension in here. So here we are, and we're going with the windows. I chose the straight windows for the other house, and these one are the rounder one, just to match the door that we picked. So here we are with this one. It's too close. Yes, we have sides for our window plants, and this here we're gonna have just a little ribbon. So I'm gonna use another glue dot and get I made using the gold baker twine that comes on the trio pack. This is in our winter catalog, and here we are with this one. And just grab it here and put it down here. So here we are. We have in the back. I want to decorate now the front and the door. So I stamped another candy like on Blushing Bride and cut it using the die set that we have, and it's gonna go to our door. For this one, I wanted to add this little enamel dot, the heart. I'm gonna use the heart one. I'm gonna have the heart here in the middle. So I'm just matching using very light blushing bright colors. Blushing bright is on subtles, so if you're looking into, will be on the subtles and normal dots. And now I have the same one with this. And get it up here. And I'm gonna use, what I did here, again, I stamped with a big house block. Then I used Wink of Stella, because Wink of Stella would smudge the other paint that we have, the other colors that we're gonna use here, which is Early Espresso. And so I stamp first the sentiment, then the banner, and then I die cut it. So let me just get this. Not very good, isn't it? To be losing all my adhesive all the time. So I got 3 edges again, because I just wanted to use in the banner. And again, we use all the little bits that comes in this adhesive dimensional sheet. Then we get it here. Just bend slightly, it will bend with you. And then we're gonna glue this in place, attached to the top of the front. It's very shiny and sparkly. I'm not so sure if you guys can actually see. Let me just see if I can center properly. Here we are. The last thing we need to do in this house is to add some Wink of Stella and just put it all away, because we're gonna assemble our bubble. So I'm gonna add Wink of Stella here. So here we have, it's all shiny. I don't know if you can catch, the lights can catch it where you guys are. But now I'm gonna just assemble the ball part. This is it. It comes separate. So in my case, I got a set of 10 of this. So it comes 10 together of each. If you try to put them together, they're not very friendly if you're trying to put 2 parts. There is a male and female sides for this ball. So there's the right way to get them together. What I did, as I did before, I separate the marshmallows, the little marshmallows, and this one I'm gonna have pink marshmallows inside. I just added the ball inside of it and I closed. It fits perfectly inside. If you decided to, if you think that you want to secure because you add something else to it, I would just get a little bit of tape, and at the bottom part of it, just get a tape. If you have transparent, it's better than mine, but mine is a bit frosted. But here we are. There we have. What I want to do, I'm gonna use the gold baker's twine to make the part that will hang into our tree. What I did is just get it out. I'm gonna go just thread this first bit here. So I'm gonna use this thread and thread through. Let me just get the other end here. Get all the way to half and actually have a first knot. And you have to think about how you like to hang things in trees and how far you would like it to hang. and actually make a knot again, but with both of them like this. Yeah, so that will be ready to hang in our tree. Here we are. But I prefer to actually leave some finish with the bow. So let's just have a bow here at this end. It's gonna be nice because then that's what you see when you actually get close to it, and we trim. Yeah. We have this awesome ribbon that came on. It's a dual set. It's a silver and this pink. And this is what I'm using to finish off on both sides here, so I don't see where the bubble gets together. I'm just gonna add it and add it to this step. It's just to hide where the bubble meet. You can easily skip this step if you prefer. Okay, and one in the back. So we finish off like this. So here we are. I think this is where we stop with this one. You could just put so many details, and we have 2 of them. And I would love for you to have a go and share your pictures with me. Go to Clever Packs at Facebook and share with us your creations as well. Thank you for watching, and happy crafting. Bye.